Hi people, it's me, Anja. My pronouns are she and her, and welcome back to my channel for part 5 of my favorite Asian contemporaries. However, in this video, I will be focusing on only YA contemporaries, just because since it's been a year since I've done a video like this, I know in the past I've combined YA and middle grade books, but since I have so many books to recommend, I thought it would be easier for me as a creator to separate them by audience as well. So anyway, without any further ado, this video does again focus only on YA Asian contemporaries that I've read and rated 4 stars and higher. Since the last video that I made like this, I will be making future middle grade Asian contemporary book recommendation videos. So anyway, without any further ado, the first book on this list is called Danny and Clementine Save the World. This story is a YA contemporary following 2 East Asian main characters who have an online rivalry but must work together in real life. So that's an interesting dynamic, and I love that trope so much. But anyway, they're both combating gentrification in real life, which I think is a very important topic, and it unfortunately happens all the time. So I think it's so important to have stories that talk about it. This book was so good, and I really enjoyed it so much. First of all, the 2 main characters are both so well developed and so distinct. And I love their dynamic, platonic and romantic so much, as well as their online relationship. Second of all, the plot is so engaging and so intriguing. Like, the conversations and the topics were so well done and so well paced. I love the friendships. The writing is excellent. This book is so underrated and it deserves so much more hype. So anyway, with that said, I would definitely highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called I'd Rather Burn Than Bloom. This story is a YA contemporary following a Filipino main character who's discovering who she is in the wake of her mother's death. This story is absolutely so fantastic and it's so brilliant. It's one of my 5-star reads from 2023, which goes to show how overdue this video is, because I think that half of the books on this list I read last year, and the other half I read in the first half of this year. Again, I get so overwhelmed sometimes about all of the book recommendation videos that I have, based on all the books that I've read in general, that I just put off filming sometimes for months and months. But anyway, I didn't want this video idea to bleed into the next year, so I'm filming it now. Anyway, this book is absolutely so excellent and it's so fantastic. And like I said, I really enjoyed it. The writing is so lyrical and it's so beautiful. I love stories that center on grief. Like, every time I read one, it's so emotional and it's so good. And it never feels recycled or anything like that. The story was so pretty. The characters are so well developed and so distinct. Like, everything about it was so well done and so awesome and so well done. So anyway, with that said, I would definitely highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called All the Yellow Suns. This story is a YA contemporary following a queer Indian main character who's discovering activism and identity through art. This book is truly one of my favorite queer books that I've read in the past few years, which I know says a lot considering that I read literally so many queer books in general. This book is absolutely so amazing and it's so awesome. First of all, the writing is excellent and it's so immersive, and I was so connected to the characters and the events and the friend group and everything from the beginning to the end. I was so emotionally invested. The plot is so engaging and so intriguing. The characters feel like real people, and I truly love them so much. The sapphic romance, the sapphic sexuality representation was iconic, so good, so awesome. This author is so unbelievably talented, and they are so underrated. This book is so good. I truly love it so much. I think that it is excellent. I think it's brilliant. I think it's so good. So anyway, with that said, I would definitely highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called The Breakup List. This story is a YA contemporary following a deaf Iranian main character who's falling for the same guy as his sister. So we love to see it. First of all, the disability representation was so good and so awesome, and it felt so normalized and so well done. Second of all, the characters are so well developed and so distinct. The romance is so cute and it's so well done. and I just really enjoyed this book so much. It was one of my most anticipated 2023 new releases, and unlike my list of 2024 anticipated releases, this book truly lived up to those expectations. I just really enjoyed it so much. This author has done such a great job historically, like crafting characters that feel like real people. I love the sibling dynamics. I love the platonic dynamics. This book is absolutely so good, and it deserves all the hype and so much more, but especially for the queer and disability representation. This book is excellent, and it's so underrated. So anyway, with that said, I would definitely highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called Dear Wendy. This story is a YA contemporary following two LOA's college freshmen who have an online rivalry but are becoming friends in real life, which is a trope that I absolutely love so much. And it really begs the question of whether or not I've seen You've Got Mail, because I've read so many books that have that as the comp title or something like that, but I've never really seen the movie. But I feel like maybe I would enjoy it because I've read so many books and enjoyed this trope so much. But anyway, this book is so excellent and it's so well done. I know that objectively I tend to read more underrated books that nobody's ever heard of, but this book was objectively popular for a reason, because it is excellent. First of all, the queer representation was so good and so awesome. The two characters, Sophie and Joe, are both so well developed, distinct main characters, and I understood them so well, individually as well as together. I love their friendship so much. The college setting was iconic and so good. I love an academic setting. I love following college freshmen, figuring out who they are in life. You know what I mean? I love coming of age stories. This book is so excellent and it's so well done. So anyway, like I said, this book deserves all of its hype and so much more. So with that said, I would definitely highly recommend it. The next book on this list is called We're Never Getting Home. This story is a YA contemporary following a South Asian main character who's stuck lost at a music festival with her former best friend. I love estranged platonic dynamics, especially between former best friends. I kind of enjoy estranged, romantic dynamics as well, but honestly, second chance romance as a trope is a hit or miss for me, and exes to lovers also is a hit or miss, but within platonic dynamics, I don't know, I just prefer it. There's just something about, former best friends meeting again and reconciling is just so good. Anyway, I digress. This book is so good and it's so awesome, and I just really enjoyed it so much. I love this book so much. I think it's so good. The characters are so well developed and so distinct. Like I said before, I love friendship dynamics like this, and this book was written so well. There are a few underdeveloped side plot lines, but overall the main plot line was so good and so awesome. The plot is so engaging and so intriguing. This book made so much sense to me. I just really enjoyed it so much. This book is so underrated and it definitely deserves so much more hype. So with that said, I would definitely highly recommend it. The last book on this list, and certainly not the least, is called Sixth Truths and a Lie. This story is a YA contemporary following 6 Muslim main characters who are all falsely accused of a deadly attack. This story is absolutely so fantastic and it's so good. I think it's so important and so relevant and so timely to truly examine the American justice system and racial profiling, because people of color being falsely accused of crimes is something that has always happened, and unfortunately it continues to happen, and it's so sad, and it's so important to talk about these things, especially in fictional stories, because they parallel to real life, especially when it comes to humanizing the people getting accused, if that makes any sense. But anyway, this book was so fantastic and it's so good. First of all, the writing is brilliant. The characters are so well developed and so distinct, and I truly loved all of the multiple perspectives. This book is so amazing and it's so well done, and I just really enjoyed it so much from the beginning to the end. I understood the characters' motivations and emotions, and everything because I was so invested all the way through. This book is so underrated and it deserves so much more hype. So with that said, I would definitely highly recommend it. So in conclusion, I have so many more book recommendation videos to make for the rest of the year. So for those of you who prefer those videos over my recent reads videos, which I personally prefer making just because they're easier to make, honestly, then you're in for a treat. So anyway, in conclusion, I hope that this video helped diversify your bookshelf. If you enjoyed this video, please don't hesitate to give it a big thumbs up. Comment down below the horse emoji if you made it all the way to the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel if you're new, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!